scream out to run the ball at everybody? Where does that kind of come from?
You know, I'm just a competitor, and if I really truly believe that, you know, I can get it done, and you know, I will express my opinion. I do need to hold my tongue, you know, because I do, because you know, coaches do their job and they do it well, and I just need to let them, you know, call the plays. But it was just, I was just really passionate about it.
Going back to growing up, man. Remember when Dad lit Tony's gear on fire?
No, I do not. That was a long time ago. I was about like 2 to 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So those memories are very blurred for me. Yeah, I hear about it.
An effort,
right?
Just that was laid down as a foundation
right.
Very early on.
Yeah.
Dad goes by his middle name because your grandfather and him shared name.
Yeah.
How much does that thought process that carries through the family about the last name, but also that you all have your own identity?
Yeah, you know, it's really important. You know, we all know what the collective goal is as a family. You know, just to be respectful and to respect everyone. And you know, but you're always going to be your own person, your own man. And so, just incorporating that with who you are is what the Dye family is.
I know about Ty. How many other nieces and nephews do you have?
That's my only one. Ty
Really?
is my only nephew. Yeah, and he's the golden child right now.
Travis, all throughout this week we've heard over and over again about the want-to-know mentality. Want to rewind it a little bit. You know, when you came into this program, coming from Norco, what was the culture change like? You know, just getting introduced to that college environment.
Right. Yeah. It was tough at first, but I had guys, you know, like Troy and Samson New and CJ that really took me under their wing, and you know, it was an easier transition because of those guys. But yeah, it was a tough transition when I was young, but you know, I had people in my corner there to help me out.
In games like this, there's always seems like trash talk. How important is it to not get involved in that, especially in these types of games on the road?
Yeah, you know, I think it's very important. You know, just keep a level head. You know, we're here to play football. We're not here to, you know, talk or anything like that. You know, that's all I, you know, feel about this game. You know, on the field, I get it. It gets heated. You chip, but you know, when it's off the field, you know, you should just be working on your craft, and that's about it.
I was actually speaking specifically on the field.
Okay. Yeah.
How important is it though not to, because they may try to bait you guys to get penalties.
Yeah, no, it's very important. Me personally, when I'm on the field, I don't really like to say anything. You know, I just play football. But it's really important just to keep a level head and remember that they always see the second guy, never the first.
Go back to Marco for a sec, Travis. Did you feel like you were chasing Toby?
See, I wouldn't say I felt like I was chasing him because he had a head start that nobody else had. You know, he was a starting freshman running back on varsity, and you know, he had, you know, no disrespect to Toby at all, because that is the great one, the legend one. But you know, he had these big linemen that were blocking for him since the beginning of the days. But you know, he's a legend in my town. He's a legend still in my eyes. You know, and I haven't seen him in a while. You know, and it would be nice to see him again.
How much do you still carry at all a chip at all about being ranked 11th, 68th, and 67th at running back, and Najee Harris being who he was in Antioch at the time?
You know, I try not to worry about any of that. You know, I just keep a level head about everything.
You mentioned Byron showing things in practice that it wasn't a surprise on Saturday. Can you speak to maybe some of those things you'd seen, and maybe when that progress really started to come out for you?
Yeah, you know, he's a very patient runner, and he runs really well, and he's very smart. And so, you know, coaching him wasn't hard at all for Mastro or any of the other older guys. So it was just, it was almost like second nature for him. You know, it came so easy. He's a really bright guy, and he has a really bright future ahead of him.
Do you see any stylistic difference between you and Byron?
Yeah, you know, there's always differences. You know, no running back runs the same, you know, or you know, feels the same or anything. But he has, you know, this way of running that makes it interesting himself. You know, it's almost like a gazelle type, run. He really like long stridens out his stride as much as he can, and he's a great running back.
Is there anything you can attribute either in practice or in games that Anthony's done the last 3 games that's he's just significantly better than he was at the beginning of the year? Is there anything you've noticed that's allowed that to happen?
Anthony Brown is one of the hardest workers on this team. He's the first one in here. He's the last one to leave. He works on his craft every single day, and to see him getting better every single week, it's rightfully so because he works on it.
We hear about the Dye family Thanksgivings. Tell me a little bit about this Christmas ritual and tree trimming and what all encompasses in this.
Yeah, Thanksgiving football, we would play football in the neighborhood, get all the families together and play some football. It'd be really competitive. Tree trimming is a whole nother thing. It's more of like a family reunion kind of thing. Everybody from the family comes over, and we have dinner and we sing songs, Christmas carols, and all that. And it's nice. I haven't been in a while because I've been up here, but it's nice.
We hear about no gloves. Go back to high school, Aaron was telling me no jeans, just the blue hoodie and the SpongeBob backpack and all that.
Yeah. I've never been one to care about what I have on or what my hair looks like or what anything looks like on me. If it's comfortable to me, I'm wearing it. If it's uncomfortable, then I'll cut my hair, but that's about it. It's never about the looks for me.
You guys, earlier in the season had some inconsistencies as an offense, but you look at last weekend, that was one of the most efficient days of the season for you. Well, what's the mood like with the offense when you guys have that kind of a performance where you're going out and just scoring those points?
Yeah, just keeping the foot on the pedal. Just making sure that, we can stay consistent. Because that's what we're lacking right now is consistency, all throughout the whole game. So if we could just stay consistent and just keep going, we'll be all right as offense.
How has TJ's move to left tackle, TJ Vass's move to left tackle, maybe solidified things up front? I'm not to be critical of how you played before, but it seems like he's been really strong there.
It's so funny. All those guys are, Swiss Army knives. Every single one of them can play any position on the line. Except for probably playing tackle, but any of those guys can play any of those positions, and they're so good at it. All of them are so smart. It's crazy. We've never had a line like this that was so elusive. Just throw them in anywhere type thing. But these guys deserve a lot of credit, especially TJ.
Thanks, Travis.
Thanks,